Hello. Yeah. Good morning, students. So, in the last class, we had studied about the transformer. So, now I'm sure that you are able to draw the sectional plan and elevation of single phase shell type transformer as well as single phase and three phase core type of transformer. So, in today's class, we'll study about this alternator. Okay, so now here, as you know, as you have studied from your basics of electrical, so in alternator you have two parts, stator and rotor. So here also you need to do this elevation and plan, side view and front view of this alternator. Okay, so if you see this side view, now here I have stator. What I can see? One is outer frame I can see, then the slots I can see. Okay, so usually in side view of your alternator you can see the circles, diameters and the slots. Okay, so in rotor, alternator rotor, you have two types. One is salient pole and one more is non-salient pole. So salient pole, it looks like this. See here, the poles projecting outwards. For both the things, the stator is the same, only this rotor varies. The salient pole rotor, it looks like this. See, the pole projecting outwards. Okay, here the number of poles, it might increase, 4, 6, 8, so on. Okay, so next, this is salient pole rotor. Next, this is known as spider. Okay, for this spider, see, this the middle one is shaft. For this shaft you will have this spider. For that spider they will fix the poles. Okay, so in salient pole, for this you will have the poles. The spider may be circular in cross section, or it might be hexagon, or the depending on number of poles it will be slotted like this. Okay, so you can fix the poles using the bolts or using the T slots. Okay, so this is how it looks in general. See the salient pole figure and non-salient pole. So finally your alternator end view, either it should look like this or like this. The slots and number of poles it might change, but in general it will look like this only. Okay, so in most of the problem they will not give this foundation detail and all that, you only have to do it randomly. Okay, so we'll directly go to the problem. This is the first problem they had given. Draw a rotor, pole and spider assembly of the 6-pole alternator. So rotor outside diameter. So this is your rotor outside diameter. So first thing what you have to do is you have to draw this rotor outside diameter. Then the shaft diameter, this one 45. First you draw one rough sketch. So then you can draw it easily. Okay. So pole width. Pole width is this. So from here to here. So draw one pole here. The pole width, everything, pole face, pole, window height, everything is given. First you draw this, then with this hexagon you have to place this and you have to just make a polar array of your pole. Okay, so draw one pole separately, then you fix in the spider, then you can array it easily. Clear? So first we'll draw one 240 mm rotor. So go to CAD file, set your units, limits, everything. Then you go to the circle, press this. So diameter is how much? Rotor outside but diameter 240. So it is 240. 240. Some problem we'll see once again. Specify the center. Okay, my every time you have to follow that Z enter, A enter. See, it is already there. Okay, so move this. Then what you need to do is you need to draw this pole. Okay, first look into the details of the pole as I explained earlier. First draw this pole at somewhere near this in the page itself. Then you can copy and paste it here. Then what you can do is then same thing you can array it 4 times. Okay, so first thing, after drawing this circle, always when you draw these circles, first draw this axis line and keep. See, these are the axis line. Draw this. So you will have some reference point, right? So with that reference point only you can proceed. Otherwise again moving it will be difficult for you. So draw axis line. Okay, now you look into that. How much the details of the pole. The pole shoe is 91. So all the details are given. I think this will be not that difficult to draw. And also this hexagon it has given 130. See here, the 130 is the radius of this hexagon. Okay. So same as I told, polygon first you have to give. In the previous case we had done that square, right? Same way. Polygon. So how many sides we have? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Specify the center of the polygon specified. Now inscribed or circumscribed. In previous case we had given inscribed. That means inside that circle you had the square. Okay. Now the radius of your hexagon is how much is that? 45, right? 45, not 45, sorry, 130. That means you see here, your hexagon will come outside your that circle. Okay. So circumscribe. Radius is how much? 130. How much is that? 130 divided by 2. 130 divided by 2, it is 65. So 65. Okay. So now inside this, see the radius, you can see that if you want. The distance between here and here is how much? It should be around 130. Right, that is nothing but 65. Now here, if you want, you can go to this linear and measure, or else here there is one command. 1 second, measure. See, from this you can randomly measure the distance from here to here. What is the distance? See, 130. Got it? Hope you got that command. Here you have one measure distance. Just keep here these 2 points. It is 130, right? It is 130. Okay. So this is just for your reference. Next, above this you have to do the pole. Okay. So pole, you know, offset command I told you, right? So 50 and 77. 50 divided by 2, 25. So go to this offset command. Offset distance is 25. Enter. Select the object to offset this side as well as this side. So pole width is done. Pole width is done. Next, pole phase height, you see 91. 91 divided by 2. 91 divided by 2. 45.5. Okay. So again go to offset. Offset distance is how much? 45.5. Enter. select this, select here, and select here, select this side. So this is nothing but pole face. Now next is left out is winding. Or else if you are getting confused, you do one thing, you erase whichever is not required, you erase. Okay, trim option is there. So this is not required actually. This is not you can make it down, right? So this is not required. Not this, everything is not required. So pole face will stand here, right? So this is not required. Again, this is not required. So it will be clear for you. Otherwise, again, you will get confused. Okay. So this is nothing but pole width. Okay. Now here winding width you have. Once again, check that. What is that winding width? It is 77, right? From here to here. See, 77 divided by 2. 38.5. So what you need to do is again offset command, only one command, offset command 38.5. This from this axis line. See, from here to here. Okay. Now, so this much are the details given there. Next, you only can edit other things, right? That randomly you can do. No problem with that. So next, what is there is like one windings, height of the windings, anything they are given? No, only this pole face height they have given 41. That also you can do 41. So go to offset. From here offset, you have to offset this to 45, this line. Okay, offset. Before that, what you need to do is, there is one command known as explode command. Explode this first, otherwise this you cannot offset it up. Okay, explode when you press. See, now these full 6 lines is divided into 6 individual lines. So next you press this offset command. Offset at a distance of 41. Just click this, move it up. Okay, so what is this? 41 is a pole window height. So this is 41. Okay, so this is pole width. From here you have your what to say, winding. So next, these things you can randomly join. Okay, now this I came to know, this you can randomly join, this and these points. This, it need not be exact as shown like this. Anyhow you can join this. Okay, or else you can project it down and do, no problem with that. Now this is not required. Okay, even this is not required. Axis line, again, axis line, let it be, I guess. Later if you want you can put. Next, winding, that randomly you can do. Okay, so you don't have any, in this problem they have not mentioned anything about that winding. In this window you have to do that winding. Clear? Within this gap, this line we have drawn. See, 50 I have drawn. This is nothing but 77 is that winding. From here to here it is 75. That also we have drawn here. Now what you need to do is randomly you have to cut this. That also detail this height of that winding and all he has not given. Only width he has given. Okay. So for that what you do is, randomly you can draw 2 lines. Then you can trim. So that, so in the problem itself, all the problem they will mention missing data can be suitably assumed. So that you need to do. Okay. So trimming part. So this is your winding. This is not required. Again, this is not required. This is required.